I'm recording on Audacity now.
Okay, so you ready to start?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and then when I get to the point, we clap, right?
I missed it.
No, I haven't done the countdown yet. It was just alright, you ready now?
Yup.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Yep, I think
Got
it
it?
worked. Yeah, there's just a long line there.
Good. Alright, so welcome to another episode of, I guess
Hello,
we're calling
everyone.
this... Hello, everyone.
This
Welcome
is Kevin.
to... And I am Joey. And we are the Socio Podcast, or whatever we'll have decided that this is called when we put this out.
Yeah, something
Now-
very derogatory.
Something. Now, this is not our first recording, but this is the first recording where I'm going to actually make an effort to put this on some podcast audio hosting service thing. We're amateurs, but soon we'll be professionals right up there with the Red Letter Media, so give us some time, folks.
Yep.
Now, the purpose of this podcast, aside from us making fools of ourselves, is to offer advice to people in need and talk about whatever news stories we can find that sound like things that you would find on The Onion. But the first topic that I want to mention is something that happened to me today that actually I'm still shook by it. So, Joey,
What happened to you today?
are you familiar with the rapper, and again, I swear to God, this is totally true. Are you familiar with the rapper Kodak Black?
I am.
Okay. I'm not. I had never heard of him, or maybe I'd heard the name.
You've
but
definitely heard some of his songs before.
Well, I didn't know, basically, I might have heard of his songs, and I might have heard the name thrown around, but I didn't know who he was until today. And I'm so glad this is our first episode, because, so, I got a DM on Instagram
From Kodak himself?
Not Kodak himself,
His
but
brother?
I got a DM. Yeah, no, I got a DM from one of the pages owned by, like, one of the pages from the PR guys that work for him.
Yeah.
The guy who's messaging me claims to be his photographer, one of his exclusive videographers, and I thought it was a lie. I was ready to ignore it until he started pressing the issue of the name of my Instagram account. So the name of my Instagram account is KTB Media.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's called that
That's
is
your
because
name.
that was it's my initials, KTB, and then Media. And that was a name that I decided for myself years ago, and I have been using it as kind of my personal brand for the internet since I was about 9 or 10 years old. So the name, even though it's not like a terrific, people don't meet me in the street and say, "Hey, KTV Media," but it's got a lot of sentimental value for me. And this guy was messaging me and saying he wants me to change my Instagram account because he wants my Instagram name. And he was saying this
Yeah.
request comes from Kodak himself. He was saying, like, apparently, he sent me a link to an Instagram page called KTB Media _,
Right.
which is a page he created that so far has very few followers. And the idea is that it's some new promotional page they're going to launch to advertise Kodak Black, and it's supposed to provide, like, exclusive photos or something of the sort. I don't know. But they haven't launched the page yet because they're still trying to get the page set up. They haven't officially started promoting it yet. And the thing standing in their way
This
is
sounds
the fact
so unrealistic. There's just no
I know! I know! I don't believe myself as I'm saying it, but this happened. I've got the text, I've got the screenshots. He sent me a message saying he would cash at me $300 if I gave him the name. I ignored him.
No way.
I could pull up the messages. Let me see here. I need the name, or he said, "I just need the name, bro. Can you put..." Alright, so maybe this isn't a good story for our first episode after all, because everyone's gonna assume I'm lying. But but he said, "I just need the name, bro. You can put KTV Media _." And I said, "Why can't you do that? The argument goes both ways." And he said, "I did for now, but we're trying not to have the underscore in it. It's going to be a big social media platform, bro." So then I started playing stupid, and I said, well, how do you know it will be so big? And he said, I work for a big rapper. At this point, I can't even tell whether the guy's lying or not, because his arguments started to sound really fishy.
Yeah.
So I can't tell if he's lying and messing with me. And in fact, I mentioned this to a few of my friends from college as well, and the unanimous consensus from them was, this sounds fishy, this sounds like a lie, this sounds like they're scamming you, you should just ignore them, Kevin.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this does sound weird. This does sound weird, but why? What kind of scam is this? Because even if I do go along with everything he says, he is the one making a profit loss with all the money he's spending, and all he gains is a username. Like, what does he have to gain for this unless he really does feel that he needs that username for some reason? So that's why I'm very much on... that's why I'm still debating in my head, one, whether or not this is real, and two, and just whether or not I should take a word he says seriously.
Yeah, that makes sense. I really have no idea.
I did take screenshots of the conversations, or at least I started taking screenshots of the conversation after he deleted his first couple messages for some reason. I don't know why he did that. He deleted his first few messages when I first said, no, I'm not giving you the name. But then after he deleted them, I started the conversation back up again because I wanted to push him a bit and see how far he was willing to go. So I started screenshotting the messages. And he hasn't deleted his messages since, but I haven't replied to him since he offered to pay me $300.
Wow.
And so...
that's crazy.
It is. It's been bothering me all day because I don't know what to do about this.
I would just wait it out. Maybe like you can get the price value of the name up over time.
So that's one thing I had in mind. Because, as I mentioned earlier, the name does have quite a bit of sentimental value for me. Like, it's not something I'm just willing to give away, especially not for only $300. But the thing is, if I could negotiate this, then I could possibly make a profit in theory. I mean, it's not like me giving him the Instagram name suddenly means I'm not allowed to use the name elsewhere. It just means that, hey, I can't use it on Instagram anymore now, but I made some money from it. And but of course, ultimately, I still just don't really want to give it up.
Yeah, but then you could buy some Ethereum.
What?
You need to buy some Ethereum with that money.
Ethereum? Hold on, give me a second to Google what that is.
What? It's my favorite thing in the world, and you don't know what it is? How disrespectful.
Bitcoin?
No,
it's blockchain. Okay, I see what we got here. It's more of this cryptocurrency stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what I was thinking in my head was, so on one hand, the thing that I kind of want to do is just stop messaging him, stop replying him, ignore him, forget this ever happened, and then in the future, if anything comes up, I can use it as bragging rights. Like, hey, this famous rapper messaged me to steal my name, and I said no. Like that's a cool bragging rights story, isn't it? But the thing I'm worried about is what if I don't? What if I do that? What if I ignore him? And so I looked it up, and apparently it's not that unusual for a large brand, when they want the brand name, to contact Instagram or the platform and say, hey, we're this brand, we're big, we want this name. And then apparently it's not unheard of for Instagram to step in and forcibly change the name. So there's a part of me thinking, if that happens, like if I ignore them and piss them off, and they contact Instagram and do this, then in that case, I'm losing the name either way.
I don't think that happens, they would only take your name away if you're not an active Instagram user, but you're an active Instagram user, so I don't think
Are we sure that they would only take it from an active Instagram user?
I'm pretty sure.
Because I thought that too, which is why I made some new posts today to lend credence to my ownership of the account. But the thing that makes me still unsure is I had a little thought experiment in my head earlier today where I ask myself, hey, what if someone took the username on Instagram Google? Because Instagram didn't become a super big platform until years after it started. So it's not that unreasonable to assume that maybe someone must have, as a joke, taken the names Google or Facebook or Microsoft or Nintendo, and all of those names are owned by like the actual companies, like they're verified.
Yeah.
So if in a case like that, where it's like a big company, you'd think there would be some sort of exception where if I have the username Google and I'm using it actively, you think that they would have that Google themselves would have some recourse to take it back if they felt they could use Instagram to promote their brand.
Right.
So in that case, I don't think it's unreasonable to think that Instagram might take away someone's name even if you are active.
I think it's possible, but unlikely, I'd say.
Now, I'm not saying that this Kodak Black guy is necessarily on the same level as Microsoft or Google, but he has 10 million followers on Instagram, his official page anyway.
So he's definitely not on your level.
So if Instagram does decide, hey, we favor companies more than people,
I don't think they
favor
would.
whatever... Really? Like, the stance you're taking is the same stance that was taken by some other people I told about this situation. And I feel like I kind of disagree. Like, if Microsoft has a lot of money to throw around, then I feel like they're going to use it, right? Their advantage?
Yeah. I could see that, but I don't think it's worth it for them that much, unless this person's offering like $1 million or something like.
That's the other thing I was thinking about. Like, I kept asking myself, what minimum price would put me over the edge and say, all right, maybe I can take this deal. Because
10,000.
Like a couple $1,000s, I feel like, all right, that's a start. But I still feel like I wouldn't really waver too much unless it was, first of all, enough to maybe pay for the rest of my college. But even at that point, maybe that's like asking too much just for a frickin' Instagram page.
You need 10,000. 10,000 is the minimum.
The minimum? So that's enough to pay for one semester of college. For me, anyway.
One semester? That school is that expensive? Oh,
yeah,
wait, you're
it's
dorming.
10,000. Yeah. It's $10K per semester.
How much is the tuition, though?
I think that brings it down to about... I'm going to look it up. Hold on.
What's just the tuition there?
I don't think it's... Let's see. I just looked it up, and for some reason the price that came up was about $9,000, which that feels wrong to me.
No, that
Well, I mean that implies that. Yeah, okay. Tuition is $7K. Tuition here is $7K.
Yeah, it's a SUNY school, or it's a school, right?
I don't care if you say what it is. I don't mind.
Yeah.
That much,
no,
it's
a little cheaper than like UB.
What is UB tuition?
I think it's 9,000 a year.
Jesus. In-state tuition UB. In-state tuition UB, $10K USD.
That's not that bad.
Well, if I get paid $10K for my Instagram username, most of that, almost like the majority of it, is going to college.
You wouldn't invest it and then have a higher interest rate on your investment than the interest rate on your loan?
Well, I'm not doing loans. So far, we've just been paying directly up front.
That's what I've been doing.
I don't want to deal with loans because that just seems like it's going to be a hassle in the long run. Like, yeah, paying it all immediately hurts, but it feels like a better option in the long run. You know? Like, am I wrong there? Or?
I have no idea. It really depends on what you're going for. You're going for a pretty good major, though.
Yeah.
We could end up working at the same place, too, which would be dope.
Same place? What place would that be?
I don't know.
If you
Anywhere.
don't want to. Oh, I thought you meant you had a specific place in mind or something.
And we could get a job anywhere. Are you kidding? Probably Lockheed Martin. We could work there. We'd have to check places out and see what we like the most, though.
Sounds like a plan, though something we have to wait upon for. Well, when do you started college later than I did, didn't you? Like, how long do you think it'll be before you graduate?
Next year, and then 2 years after that at whatever school I go to.
Okay. So I think because of all the AP classes I took in high school, I might get to graduate early, like a semester early.
There's a possibility if you don't fail your classes.
Yeah, I'm gonna try not to do that, even though COVID and online classes and apathetic teachers.
I think next year it's gonna go back to normal.
I hope so. Things are slowly getting better here.
Yeah.
In fact, just the other day, I got an email from the school saying, finally, we're now allowed to, if we eat in the dining halls, we are no longer required to wear our masks in between bites.
Wait, that was a thing?
Yeah, there was a rule where if you eat in the dining hall, you have to like take a bite and then cover your face back up while you're chewing, and then pull your mask back down to take another bite.
That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard in my entire life.
It absolutely is, which is why no one followed it. I didn't bother following it because what are they gonna do? Cover my mouth like as I'm eating? Hey, you're not allowed to do that.
That's upsetting to me. I can't believe that, actually.
I'm not making it up. I have the email.
Yeah, no, I believe you, but that's crazy. It shouldn't be like that. They should just get rid of the masks at this point. Like, what does it matter?
It's silly because even though many, like it's at the point now where I know many people who've gotten not just one, but most or all of the vaccines out right now. And yet it's still like they still have to wear masks around. And it just makes me think, well, what's the point of this then? And the argument is, well, the vaccine is only for one particular strain of the coronavirus. So even if you get all the vaccines, you can't be sure that you're safe because you might get more vaccine, or like it might have other strains.
So why get the vaccine at all then? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't wear masks or that you should go against the rules. I'm not gonna be that guy. But I do think
definitely not.
But I do think that this is starting to get a little ridiculous. This kind of silly. I don't think I'm alone in feeling that way. But I know that many people would take that the wrong way. So there is a college confessions page specifically for my college. And not that long ago, someone sent in a confession there where they said, hey, I understand the need for restrictions. I understand the need for quarantine. It makes sense. But we've been doing this for so long now that there are studies that are showing that this is only going to hurt people's social skills in the long run. Many people's mental healths are going to be affected by this more negatively than positively. Maybe it's time to loosen up a bit on the restrictions. And I don't think that's an unfair thing to say, in my opinion. And yet, when that post came out, when that post was released, all the comments were talking as if this person was just wanted to party and kill people because they didn't care about health or whatever.
Yeah, I think that's a little ridiculous.
And I feel like that's the wrong way to look at it.
Yeah, you don't want to, like, no one's out to, like, kill people or anything. Like, they just want to live their normal life, is how I see it.
Yeah.
People are just sick and tired.
They're tired of the new normal. They want to go to the new normal.
I was tired of the old normal, so I'm chilling. I don't even care at this point. I'm just content, really.
So what would your ideal normal be?
My ideal normal would be being able to go to the gym and play basketball. Being able to go to school every day. Like, it's so hard to, like, just be on the Zoom call and not sit on my phone or, like, watch TV. And, like, you just have to have, like, complete motivation to pay attention on a Zoom call. Like, when I go to class, I'm literally paying full throttle attention.
That's the old normal, though. You said you were tired of that, too.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I just need. I think I need just a break, really. I want everything to shut down again. Life was good when everything shut down last year.
So you want things to stay that way?
Yeah, I don't care what anyone says. It was great. If it happened again, I'd be happy.
But I'm confused, though, because when things first shut down last year, it was basically the same way that things kind of are now.
No, you couldn't go anywhere. Everything was closed.
All right, I guess in all fairness, I wouldn't know the nuances of it since back then, around that time, I rarely got out of the house on my own accord anyway.
And the best part about it was I was playing Animal Crossing every day. I was playing Minecraft every day. I was playing games every day, and I was just having so much fun.
Do you think all this is a conspiracy from the video game corporations? This is all a conspiracy. That's my favorite conspiracy theory. I don't actually believe it. But out of all the conspiracy theories about COVID-19, that was my favorite one. That the video game companies are responsible for this to increase Animal Crossing sales.
Really?
You didn't hear that? That was a.
I've heard a bunch of things. I heard Tom Hanks did it. I heard Michael Jackson is behind something.
What did Tom Hanks do?
He just created COVID, I guess.
Wait, did you say Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Michael Jackson, the person who's been dead for 10 years, is
Yeah.
responsible for COVID-19.
Yes.
You know what? I believe that.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? Think about it.
I am thinking about it.
There's no reason it wouldn't be him.
I think we just blew this case wide open.
Yeah, but
Forget the 5G thing. This makes way more sense.
wait. Can I just tell you something I thought of last night? I was up really late trying to sleep, and I thought of something nuts. So remember, do you know what a liger is?
That's a lion tiger hybrid.
Okay,
thing.
right. So they teach you about that, and they also teach you that they don't try to breed different types of animals together, right? And I think it's because there's certain animals that are literally made by the government, and they don't want you to find out.
So are you saying that the government makes animals and then keeps those animals a secret? Or are you saying that there are animals right now running around in the public that we all know about, but we don't realize?
Animals running around the public that we don't realize.
And we don't realize that they were created by the government?
Right, and they don't want us to try to breed them with other animals because then we'll find out which ones are real and fake. And I didn't read anything on that at all. This is something I just completely thought of.
You just improv the entire thing in your head.
And I'm definitely certain that giraffes aren't real. That doesn't make sense. Why are they... Think about it. Why are they the only animal that evolved like that?
Oh, that kind of came out of nowhere.
I'm being so serious. Look at them.
I know what giraffes look like.
Yeah, are you kidding me? What happened? That doesn't just happen.
You know, I have a feeling if I went on Wikipedia right now, there's probably evolutionists or whatever the word is, biologists or whatever, people who analyze the fossil record. What are they called? I feel like they've probably figured out.
And watch videos of giraffes and them moving their necks around and stuff. They look like conveyor belts, like a little lever kind of, like their whole neck.
All right, so it says here, according to Wikipedia, that giraffes are called ruminant.
Fake.
The frick? The ruminants.
No, they're just
a ruminant is a herbivorous mammal that acquire. All right, this is stupid. Yeah, you're right. They're fake. I don't understand a word of this. Oh, here we go. Taxonomy, evolution. All right, the giraffe evolved from. Let me see. All right, the elongation of the neck appears to have started early in the giraffe lineage. Oh, well, no crap. All right, this is a lot of biology taxonomy terms that I think we're losing our audience. We're losing our audience that's uneducated in taxonomy.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna simplify and say yes, you're right. Giraffes are fake. There we go. Come back, audience.
100%.
Okay. Um, yeah, I like how we got from Kodak Black to giraffes being fake. No,
Exactly.
the Liger thing is interesting though because were we in the same class in seventh grade?
Yes.
We were. I
Yes.
seem to recall. I seem to recall. I don't remember a lot from that class, but I think I do remember when our teacher was talking about ligers and animal breeding. I feel like I raised my hand and asked, like, what would happen if you bred two animals that were totally different,
And he said it
like a
was like too
chick.
dangerous. They didn't know if they would explode the world or something. Like that's what he said to us.
I think the example I used was like, what if you bred like a chicken and an alligator? And he was like,
Right.
and I remember and I remember someone said that's the most stupid thing I've ever heard, Kevin.
No, it's not. Think about it. Now that like look at them. What are they doing right now? They're stupid. They're not thinking big. We were thinking big.
Yeah. So okay. So this is the all right. So here is the goal of the Sociopath podcast. If you're listening to this, donate money to us on our Patreon or however we decide to set up money, and to fund our journey. We need to raise the money to acquire a crocodile and a chicken, and we are going to breed them. That is the promise that this podcast makes.
Hold on. What do they call those? I gotta look this up. I'm.
What are what's called?
Hold on.
Tygon?
Not bread. How do you breed?
Breed. Yep, that's what I said. Breeding them together.
Whoa.
You know we're doing an audio podcast, right? You gotta describe what you're looking at here.
I don't know what this is. This is
Well, what did you search?
I I found a bear alligator. This thing looks crazy. I would be wicked scared if I saw this thing.
All right, send me the photo, and then when I edit this together, I'm gonna put the image in the video so that people watching can see.
All right, I'll send it to you after because I'm hold on. Maybe I could send it to you right now.
Well, you might as well send it to me now, so that way I can react to it in real time.
Wow. Wow, what is that?
Would you at least tell me what you searched to get here?
Just look up crocodile and chicken breed. All right, I'm trying to I can't say this. It's not letting me.
Crocodile and chicken breed.
Yeah. And then click on images and it's like the fourth one to the right.
It's a picture of a crocodile like jumping around on all fours.
In the water.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
I don't see what that has to do with a chicken.
Yeah, but scroll down just a bit. There's a chicken alligator if you just scroll a little bit, and it's a chicken alligator. It's called a cochin. Or a crocodile. Crocodile.
Oh, you mean the obviously photoshopped one?
Well, no, that's real.
Oh.
They want you to think it's
Oh.
photoshopped.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm confused actually because I looked up crocodile and chicken breed, like what you said, and 99% of the things I showed up are these are photos of crocodiles eating chickens. All right, I was wondering what that.
Whoa, this one's real for sure. A chicken dinosaur, bro. Now we're getting into like the real fishy stuff, dude. This stuff is real though.
Chicken dinosaur.
Yeah, look up chicken dinosaur.
I see that. I see that one too.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back on track here.
What? We're on track. Are you kidding? We're solving the N.S.A. something.
The N.S.A. something. That's the name of this episode. Solving the N.S.A. See, so this is what you come to this podcast for. You come for good stories, and then you come, and then you we answer the questions to the world's mysteries. So we've answered the question of, what are croco chickens made of?
Alright, what about this though? A penguin whale.
A penguin whale. Let's see. Penguin whale
Hybrid.
breed. Hybrid, that's the word. You know, oddly, I'm not actually getting many results this time.
No way. You don't see it?
All right, I see that.
Do you see the hamster lion?
How many things are you searching?
So many, dude. I need to see all of this.
You're just gonna search every combination of animals in the world?
I need to know. This kind of like reminds me of like if Pokemon were real.
Only somehow far less disturbing.
What if we... Never mind.
Alright, I think it's...
What the... Some of these don't make any sense, but some of them kind of do make sense.
Once again, quick reminder that we are recording an audio podcast here. So if you're not describing what you're seeing, neither are
I'm
me.
seeing some of the weirdest. You can't describe these things. That's what I like. I don't. This is just unbelievable.
I think that's a sign. I think that's a good sign that it's time to switch gears.
Yeah, probably good.
because I do have a bunch of questions here that I picked out that I think are worth taking a look at.
Yeah, we're kind of getting into a zone that doesn't make any sense.
So, for the very first question, answered by the two smartest men on the planet, I'm going to go with a very famous question that was asked on Reddit a couple of years ago, and I know that it's going to be near and dear to your heart, because earlier on in the show, you brought up something called Ethereum.
Yeah.
And I know that blockchain, cryptocurrencies, trading, and stocks, like, you've been pretty into that lately. In fact, I would hazard to say, for the last month or so, your social media feeds have been entirely just talking about how you're getting rich off of stock trading or whatever you're doing.
No. I'm not getting rich. I'm just not staying poor.
So that's just how you're making a living?
No, I don't carry any US dollar cash anymore. It's worth nothing to me.
So why do you do it?
I don't.
Like, what does it get you?
The US dollar only loses value. Why would I ever hold that?
What I mean, okay, let me rephrase. What have you been doing that you keep posting about on social media about stocks or whatever? Like, what have you been doing?
I've been reading a lot. Mostly a lot of reading.
No, but I mean, like, you make Facebook posts and Snapchat posts where you post a picture of, like, your computer with, like a stock graph or something, and you say, this is what you should be doing with your time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What's that all about?
Dude, we have, like, 10 episodes of that.
Alright, well, let's just jump into the question. So this question was asked a couple of years ago, and normally I would prefer to keep the questions up to date. But I think that I've heard that this is a common problem faced by
All right, wait. All right, this is gonna be our last question. Then we're gonna close off after this. All right.
Sound good? So are you tired or something? You're busy?
I just have things I got to get done.
All right, I understand. So let's talk about this question, and I guess this will be our closing show for the night. All right, so the question is, 1.5 million in debt? Need advice. Ready to help this person?
Well, I think...
That sounds like a yes.
What is the debt, though? Do we know what the debt is?
Yeah, I was just going to read the details.
All right, yeah, give me some details.
Hello, I was trading crypto... All right, so here's how I think this is... Before I read further, here's how I think this is going to work. We're going to read the question, you and I are going to discuss our opinions, and then I go into the replies and read some of the responses that people gave, and we judge their responses. Like, what is the best answer here?
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Hello. I was trading cryptocurrency for many people and ended up losing all the money, including my own, by doing large volume trading, etc. All the money given wasn't signed on paper or anything. They sent it to a broker, and he sent it to me in Bitcoin, and I traded with it. Just out of a trust, and now I am getting pressured by everyone to give their money back. I ended up losing everything, including my own. I am 27 years and old and lost my health, job, family, friends, and now I am taking counseling free under my Canadian government. I have no assets as I live with my parents. What is the best way to settle this? So, sounds
So
like he's in...
he lost the money.
So he was, I guess, trading with a broker and lost all the money, yes. 1.5 million. Well, he said he's in Canada. So, hang on. CAD to USD.
I think Canada's, they're pretty close.
So 1.5, hold on. 15. All right, so I think this guy is in luck because 1.5 million Canadian dollars is actually only equal to about 1.2 million US dollars. So he's actually not in that much debt.
Yes. It's not necessarily debt unless it was borrowed money.
Well, I guess the idea is he took money, or he borrowed money from his friends and family, and he lost a lot. So I think the concern is his friends and family are, well, one, they hate him now, and that's why he said he lost all his friends and family. And two, well, now he has no money for himself because he said he lost all his own money. And three, since he lost so much money from his friends and family, I think there's also the concern that they might sue him.
Wow. I think his best bet would buy an NFT.
A what? What's an NFT?
It's a non-fungible token. So basically it's a JPEG file that you own all the rights to. It's a brand new thing that just started, and it's just a gamble, honestly. And if there's no way you can just make 1.5 million that quick from doing something smart, you can only do it from gambling.
So that's what you should do? You should take up gambling?
Essentially, yes.
So I'm trying to think of what my advice would be. Now, I'm no expert on cryptocurrency. In fact, I'm not even 100% sure what the specific details are of how you would even lose this much money.
Yeah, because I don't understand that either. If you have the cryptocurrency, like, they've only all gone up.
So well, like I said, this was actually a couple of years ago, but here's my thought. If you are trading cryptocurrency, or any kind of money, really, like if you're doing any kind of gambling, and you're at the point where you're starting to lose money, and it's starting to become clear that, I don't think I'm going to be able to make the return on this, you would think that you would stop there. You wouldn't keep going until you've lost over $1 million. But I just don't know how you let it get this bad. Or at least I wouldn't know until I started reading some of the replies to the Reddit thread, and I realized the guy who posted this thread, he seems to be kind of a moron. Because so the common answer that many Redditors gave him was, you should meet with a bankruptcy attorney. You should file for bankruptcy. Looks like that was the consensus. You should meet with a bankruptcy attorney and have him tell you what the best course of action would be.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people posted that, and he kept replying to them by saying, well, what is the need for a bankruptcy attorney? And every time he said that, people would reply to him back and say, because you're bankrupt, dummy. Like he made this post saying that he's worried about there being a legal case against him, and yet he doesn't seem to be taking this seriously himself.
Yeah.
Someone posted, it's actually not as bad as it seems. You may have some securities issues, but if you meet with an attorney, you might be able to sort this out. And his reply was just, what does security issues mean? And it's like, I'm starting to get the impression, I'm starting to get the idea of where this is coming from. because it sounds like. So my thinking is that you shouldn't be getting into something as confusing as cryptocurrency or trading unless you know the ins and outs of it. And yet this guy doesn't know what a security issue is. He doesn't know what bankruptcy is. And I think he said he was 27 years old. Is that right? Yeah.
Wow.
He said, I'm suicidal right now as well as under a lot of stress because I want to make things right. My intent was to help everyone make money because I was doing well. Doesn't sound like he was doing very well. And I ended up gaining nothing but hurt from all this. Is there any legal case here against me?
My mind is blown. There's nothing you can do, really. He's screwed.
It's screwed in what way, though? Like, what is his course of action? Like, what would... Okay, so, here's a thought experiment.
Jail.
Let's say you change places with him, and you're in his situation right now. What do you do?
I probably can't talk about what I would do.
Okay, so here's what I think we should do. I think the Socio podcast should perform an experiment. I think we should put you, Joey, in $1 million in debt and find out what you would really do. And then whatever you do, we give that advice to him.
I don't think that's safe for all of humanity.
I think it's brilliant.
You may think it's brilliant.
Well, yeah, I think it's brilliant because I'm not going to be the one. I'm not the one being used as a lab rat.
I mean, I've lost a huge amount of money at certain points, and I've made big mistakes that I shouldn't have. And I think with that much money, though, unless he has like a lot of other money, unless he has another $1 million, it's going to be hard to make that money back.
These answers are very. They're not pulling any punches. So, someone said, "Hey, you shouldn't be suicidal. Remember, suicide is like he gave the speech. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem." And then someone else replied saying, "1.5 million is not a temporary problem."
Yeah, that's what I mean. I would say if he has other money, if he had like another $1 million, just to put it all in Bitcoin or Ethereum, but that's it. If you really wanted to make the money back,
I wouldn't trust this guy with Bitcoin anymore.
If you just put your money in there and hold it and that's it, then if you just wait, it'll pay off.
All right, so one person responded to the thread. Grasshopper1 responded saying, what is the best way to settle this? Well, it depends on what your agreements with these people were. In other words, the people he borrowed money from, I guess. Right. If it was a legitimate investment and was set up properly, then you may owe them nothing. With investment comes risk. But if it wasn't, then you might be on the hook. We can't really know. Ethically, if you are responsible for these people's losses, you could offer to set up a payment plan of some sort, but I'm not sure how you're going to manage to pay back that large of a sum. And last but not least, why the hell did you think you were a good enough trader that you could gamble other people's money? I'm a trader who's been day trading since well before cryptocurrency even existed, starting out with stocks and forex markets. And even I would never take other people's money. I make tons of money trading, but anyone can get wrecked at any time. I hope you learned a lesson here.
I think I could use other people's money and make them money. There's easy ways to do it.
But do you really want to be seen as that guy if something goes wrong? Because then
there's ways where nothing would go wrong.
Is that true? I've always been under the impression that there's no such thing as a risk-free investment.
There definitely is a risk. There's, like, I would say an investment's only risky if it's 50% risk. If that makes sense. Like, there's a 50% chance, like, something bad could happen. Anything less than that, then it's safe. Or, well, the way I see it is, if there's a company, say, for example, Tesla. I don't invest in Tesla, but say I do. And I'm very confident in its future. And the company's value goes down 50%. If I'm still confident, if I'm really confident, I don't sell because I'm confident that it has a future. If anything, I just buy more at the bottom. and then you dollar cost average, so then your average price will be lower, and then you'll break even faster. But you have to do that only if you're confident with a company. If you're really confident with a company. That's why you got to do research.
But it sounds like this specific trade deal had nothing to do with a company. Like, it sounds like he personally knew a random guy who worked as a broker, and they were taking care of the money or something.
Does he know what the cryptocurrency is or anything? Like, what are these details?
I think he said it was Bitcoin. But all right, so I'm going to read more of the reply. All right, so the guy who made the thread, his Reddit username was, he deleted his account since then, but it was Dame Dollar State Farm. And so the guy I just read, the person who replied, explaining his experience, the original poster, Dame Dollar State Farm, replied saying, "My issue is I guaranteed returns through text messages. Like, oh, don't worry, I'll do it for you."
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah. So Grasshopper1 responded again saying, "Why on earth would you guarantee returns?" And then Dame responded saying, "I was overconfident because I ended up making so much in very little time." And then someone responded saying, "You were overconfident? Oh, that's a massive understatement."
No, this dude wrecked himself. That's just dumb.
What else here? So someone said, all right, so he said, oh yeah, he said, here we go. He says, he clarifies here. "Yes, they all went to Bitcoin. I can prove that, and I can prove that and never bought anything with them for myself in terms of luxury or paying off loans or whatever." So then Grasshopper1 responded, "So what's the deal with this broker? Is he a real broker or just a crypto middleman of some sort?"
I can see that.
And then Dame said, "Just a middleman, I believe, but he runs his own Bitcoin business through ATMs." So Grasshopper said, "So he's not an actual broker. He is just some guy who found people who want to invest Bitcoin in your trading scheme, and then pointed those people in your direction where you lost all their money. Is that correct?" And then Dame said, "No, all the people that bought Bitcoin were the ones I talked to, and I told them to send to a guy who buys and sells Bitcoins. Then the guy sent the coins to my wallet so I can trade them myself for the people involved." What an idiot.
That is really dumb. You can't trade other people's money, but you can invest other people's money pretty easily, but it's still illegal, I think.
Yes, someone else responded saying, "As a financial advisor, this makes me cringe. Guaranteeing returns can screw you over even if the investment works. Lawyer up, my friend." No, but, so then Grasshopper1 says, "Okay, so then he's just the guy who sold the Bitcoin, meaning he's not really involved in this. So you are the one who is on the hook."
Pretty much. That's really bad. I feel bad. It's pretty sad.
Oh boy. What else? Are there any other good? Yeah, so the thread ended up getting closed within a day because it blew up pretty quickly from a bunch of people telling him that he's not going to get out of this. And then a second Reddit thread on another subreddit opened up where it was basically just full of people making fun of the guy.
Yeah.
Which is a little funny, I guess, but I kind of feel bad for the dude.
Yeah, I feel pretty bad. It's sad.
So I guess the final Socio podcast verdict is, yeah, just get a lawyer. Just get a lawyer, hope for the best, get 1 million part-time jobs to hopefully pay it off someday.
There's still not much you can do with that.
I mean, I think the point is there is no surefire solution here. It's just he's kind of screwed himself over here no matter what. But anything he can do that helps. Maybe the lawyer will be able to work something out, except as the other guy said, Dame is the one on the hook here for this.
Wow. My mind is blown here.
Can you see why this was the first question I chose?
I guess so. Wow. I feel bad. Like, that actually feels bad. Like, I can feel it.
Well, it's sad then that we have to end this on a sad note then, since you said this was the last question you could do for the night.
Yeah, it's alright.
Alright, so I guess we can consider this to be the... Alright, well, hang on, hold on. Maybe there's a slight positive note we can end this on, because, as I said before, this thread is still a couple of years old. So, I wonder, every once in a while I wonder, where is this guy now? Maybe he did finally figure out what to do. Like, every once in a while I wonder, like, what is the situation currently? Is he still living with this looming over his head? Is he doing anything better now? But, I have to wonder. Wow. Alright, so that wasn't as positive as I thought it would be.
Alright, we closing out?
Alright, well, consider this. So we started off happy, ended off on a somewhat more negative note. But to those of you listening, if thanks for sticking around, even though I know probably no one did. But, alright, so this is the episode of the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, I will put more information in the description for where you can find our other mediums, once I set them all up, that is. And... Alright, quick, help me out here. Come up with a conclusion. Say something radio-like.
Everyone be cool or something, I don't know.
Remember, kids, don't invest millions of dollars in cryptocurrency and lose them, or else you might end up with securities issues, despite not knowing what a security issue is.
It's nuts.
Nuts. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully the next episode will not be as catastrophic. We actually spent so much time trying to set this up with all the technical difficulties, but we'll get the hang of this soon. Mark my words, one day we will be like... I think I mentioned Red Letter Media earlier. Well, one day we will be like in a professional studio, like that video I saw earlier where these two guys were just kind of sitting in their living rooms looking at each other, talking. One day we'll be that level of professionality, but only if you give us money. Only if you give us money.
Oh, we don't need the money. It's not about the money. I enjoy doing this. It's fun.
No, I'm joking mostly. I do enjoy doing this as well.
Okay, Mr.
I do enjoy doing this as well. But if we could get rich.
Oh, everyone wants to get rich.
Yeah, like me.
I think that'd be really cool, but I don't think it could happen.
No, realistically not. I do enjoy doing this. I do think it's fun pulling stories and then coming up with how we're gonna talk about them.
I think it definitely is a lot of fun. We should talk about things that are going on in the real world. I think, like, for our next episode, we should actually start talking about cryptocurrencies, because it's a big topic in the world right now.
Yeah, big things going on in the world. Cryptocurrencies. And nothing related to massage parlors or spas in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But the cryptocurrency is a good thing to talk about if you want real world events.
Alright, I'm stopping the recording now.
Alright, well, goodbye everyone.
Have a good night.